of Amalgamated Bank, Damien Walsh, CEO of Bank Australia, and Selim Hussain, CEO of BRAC Bank. Before we get into conversation and really talk about the specifics and the actions of what is it the needs of people and planet, we're going to show a short video that gives you a little bit more information about Banking on Values Day. So please show the video.
Words. They're so flexible. You can stretch them or shrink them. You can mold them, play with them, even mangle them till they can lose their original meaning. Banks like to use big words. But words do mean things, real things. They describe the reality. For Banking on Values Day 2022, we're looking behind the big words. 8 words that represent the values of our movement. Ambitious, systemic, intentional, transparent, coherent, contextual, inclusive, authentic. Discover the real impact behind the big words. Banking on Values.
Super. So as the video suggests, we really want to push beyond the words. We want to talk about the actions and the actions that deliver real impact for people and for real people in the real economy. So to kick us off and to kind of warm us up, I would say, in the conversation, Damien, I'm going to invite you, each of you, but I'm going to start with you. Share with us an example of how values-based banking works in action in delivering real impact for people in your communities.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Laurie. I think for us, in terms of building out a values-based bank and competing on values, competing on purpose, we really wanted to be authentic and transparent and intentional about who we were as an organisation. So one of the things that we did, back in the early days was actually acquire some land to place into a covenant so that it was protected land that we could build a conservation reserve. And today that's over 2,000 hectares of land. And it's where we work with environmental organisations to conserve and protect the land, but also engage with the local First Nations people about integrating traditional land management with Western science. So it's that intersection of social and environmental justice, which is a great example for our organization.
And the integration of social and environmental, and also highly contextual, but really what is needed in that place and how you're bringing various members of the community together around that initiative. And also I would just highlight putting the bank's capital to work in a different way than we sometimes think of banks making loans, but you're actually putting your investment capital to work in that initiative as well. Thank you. Great to kick us off. Priscilla, I'm going to turn to you. Can you share with us an example?
Sure. I just want to say I love that example too. I mean, using your balance sheet to do good is wonderful. That's really what this is about, isn't it? Look, for us, it's really the integration of many things as well. It's the intersection of many things as well. And so one example I can think of is in West Virginia, which is an area where there's a fair number of sort of low to moderate income houses. We have a project there called Solar Holler. Solar Holler is what it sounds like. It's a company that does solar panels. But it's particularly interesting because unlike many companies in their business, they happen to employ union workers. That fits real nicely in our with one of our principles around workers' rights and making sure that that's being respected. But we have a number of projects like that. Customers are in those segments, and our customers are change makers who focus on progressive ideas.
That's also a really fantastic example, because what you're teasing out, very active cross-learning. You've given some specific examples of that, which is terrific. And I really appreciate your use of the word influence, but influence.
So they don't let on trade secrets, but we do not let on trade here. So to me, I have personally gained an enormous amount. I have been able to help move forward in this space.
Fantastic. And what you're sharing in that reflection, Selim, and thank you for sharing your personal introduction to the community as well, is that you are living the values as you interact with your colleagues. So that often is always the case. So I think that's when you're meeting colleagues for the first time. So I think that's really important. The other thing my observation as well is I think the community has evolved in how to what values-based banking really means. Yes, you have all of your examples, living examples of that, and growing it, which is fantastic. That's the real impact. But for whom this is a newer concept, to be able to explain it, to research, to help people engage and understand better. And I think that's been a really important. You can't now pick up a newspaper today. It's Financial Times, New York Times, pick up a newspaper today. Financial Times, New York Times. There you have it. Our language is right there. There you have it. Our language is right there. And so my question to each take a turn and maybe Selim on this one I will start with you. Is how do you think about the differentiation and it's different of values-based banking from other banks, where now it does seem like all banks are using some of the same vocabulary to describe how they're doing. So what are some of the points of differentiation of values-based banking for you?
I think firstly, it's the type of business we do. What kind of business do we do? What kind of business do other banks, whatever other so-called value-based banks do? And there's clearly a difference. The way we behave with our clients, the way we support our clients during times of stress. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think it's a question of just advertising, using certain words and terms in advertising, and for banks to expect their clients, the public to sort of accept all that. Actually, people don't. It's not in our country where people understand what each institution stands for. Which is a profit organization, an organization or a organization which are a bank which has values and also values and also works for shareholder return together. So I think sometimes financial institutions who put up these fancy
and employee in that organization. I actually went for activities. Just so yesterday on learning journeys case, we went to DACA. We went DACA to the clients of BRAC. And one of them that we went to, and one of them are both examples around COVID. These are both examples around COVID. One of them that we went to was an incredible woman. Started first as a very small loan as she was a seamstress starting her own business. Now 20 years later, the factory, like many, had to be shut down. And this woman, without the support they were getting in other ways, the bank stepped in. That's what a values bank does.